Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotline Classic Remastered. Let's now take a look at the 1999 Ford Cougar 2.5i 24 valve. This is the most powerful front-wheel drive car in all of Gran Turismo 2. Between this and its cousin, the Mercury Cougar, which we have already had go around. Yeah, 520 horsepower through the front wheels is insane. And that's what this car has. Even though it has the same engine as the Mondeo, for whatever reason the Mondeo does not get 520 horsepower, this does. It's this and the Dodge Intrepid, and then after that I think it's the Mitsubishi Eclipse, but that only makes a putrid 440 horsepower, while this is full-on 520, which is more than a lot of cars in this game. So if you want a front-wheel drive car that's probably quite quick in a straight line, Cougar's a good shout. In terms of how it's going to actually handle, I have less faith in it. Admittedly, it is a new edge Ford, which usually means it handles quite well, but it is 520 horsepower. I do like the Ford Cougar. I remember when you used to see these around quite a lot. These and Probes, and they've all just gone. Interestingly enough, the Ford Cougar is actually literally a rebadged version of the Mercury Cougar. It's not the other way around. This is built in Michigan. It was built for Americans, and then Ford brought it over to the UK because they sort of wanted a sister car to the Puma, and the naming sort of worked out. So yeah, so there's your fun fact. The Mercury came before this, and then it got rebadged into a Ford. Anyways, front engine, front wheel drive, 520 horsepower, I can't stop saying it, 1,237 kilos. As mentioned, Mercury's already gone round, and that was not massively quick, so it'll be interesting to see how this gets along. Anyways, the Ford Cougar is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. It is already an absolute handful to drive. Our current leader is the Suzuki Cultus Pikes Peak version, set a time of 26.540. Now, if this was controllable, I'm not saying that the Cultus would be in danger, but definitely the title for quickest front-wheel drive car. As it stands, I think that's probably safe today, but we'll see. The Mercury Cougar set a time of a 30.9. It ran an absolute age ago. That was, I think, one of the very first requests I got, actually, was a Mercury Cougar, and I just did it straight away because I was like, well, there's always the Ford Cougar, which we can use later. But no, I remember these being around. I was never, like, they're kind of cool. I was never huge fans of them. Obviously, you know me, I'm much more a fan of the smaller Puma, which I've already talked your ear off about the Puma in the Puma episode. But the Cougar's quite sort of alright. And again, you do not see these. I can't tell you the last time I saw a Cougar. I can tell you it was silver, because that was sort of, all of these came in dreary colours, which is why I'm quite happy to spice things up with this Atlantic blue on this one. But yeah, these cars are, wow, 30.3. These cars are all but extinct now. Rust killed a lot of them, as it did kill pretty much all the good Fords, while all the bad Fords continue to live. You know, you never see rust on a Ford. Actually, I quite like the Cougar. The modern Cougar, not the new one, but like the old one, they had a 2.5 turbo in them. Like, you get a Focus ST as a SUV, which is quite cool. But yeah, you know, you don't see it. I'm trying to think of bad Fords. You know, modern Capris, you know, 10 years time, mind you. Unlike Cougars, they've got to actually sell some of those modern Capris before they start rusting. And as of right now, they're not selling any of them. But no, Cougar's cool. It's just weird to see it. Remember that there was a time where Ford was making a coupe. I mean, this was partly a response to the Calibre as well, which obviously by the time this came out, they stopped selling because it didn't sell. But no, it's hard to remember a time where all these sort of mainstream manufacturers actually made coupes. Like coupe versions of modern cars, because this is essentially a contour Mondeo underneath. But yeah, interesting times. To the line, 30.215. Not half bad, actually, considering how much of a handful that was to drive. That ain't half bad. I think that could go quicker as well. I don't know if it would be pushing under 30. I really don't think it would be that quick. But, I mean, hell, if this had a race mod, maybe. I think there was a race mod in the beta builds of this game, actually. They didn't, like, model it or anything, but I swear that was, like, a thing that was planned. But, yeah. Quick. Actually, quite quick. Surprisingly quick, again, considering... Again, another sector matched. Wow. That last lap was apparently absolutely spot on, but again, I do genuinely think there is probably 0.1 in there if you can keep it under control. Which is the difficult part, because it is a very gnarly car to drive, but yeah, nonetheless, a good showing from the Cougar. A 30.215 will place it into 182nd place. Goes in between the Mitsubishi Legnum and the Honda Civic SIR. It is quicker than a R31 Skyline, quicker than the Honda S2000, quicker than the quickest Nissan Fairlady we've had, Evo 2, Lexus GS400. It's 0.1 up on the Ford Puma, which admittedly has a lot less power than this. It's quicker than the Mitsubishi Eclipse, which is sort of right around here for quickest front-wheel, or most powerful front-wheel drive car. Interestingly enough, still loses out to the Mazda Familia Interplay, though, which is interesting. I mean, in terms of, like, quickest front-wheel drive cars, there's not much quicker than this, but it's not the quickest. The quickest is still sort of non-race car, is the Peugeot 206 S16 with a 29.828. So it's still 0.4 off of that, but yeah, really good time from the Cougar. Yeah, awesome. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.